Hello, good morning, friends. How are y'all doing today? Happy Friday. It is Friday, and it is Friday the 13th. I love this day, okay? Lucky number 13. Y'all, I hope you left some cookies out for Jason last night, okay? I already put out my newsletter as well as the inner work prompts, so definitely go check that out if you are interested in that. It is all focused on this upcoming full moon lunar eclipse, okay? Also, tomorrow morning, I will be doing my free readings right here on TikTok at 11 a.m. Eastern time, okay? I'm not going to really have a whole lot of time, so I'm probably only going to be on for an hour. So be sure to get in here and get a reading while I'm here. Anyway, let's move into our Hey Witch cards, okay? So we are going to be pulling for 2 days since I missed yesterday. So the first prompt from yesterday from my Unravel the Tangle prompts is, what fears come up for us around these changes? So, hey witch, I pulled the devil for us for this one, okay? So whenever we are thinking about the fears that come up for us around these changes, these fears have everything to do with being stuck with something or someone, okay? Maybe even fears around getting into some addictive behaviors that maybe we've stepped away from. Maybe some fears around getting back with someone that we left behind because it was an unhealthy relationship. So think back to what your poll was for day 11, okay? Now that was the pick a card poll, so if you've been following along with that, go back and watch that and see which card felt most aligned for you. That's going to add a little bit of depth to this one for you, okay? The thing about these fears is that they come up so that we can see them more clearly and so that we can acknowledge them and continue to walk through that fear. Because the thing is, fear, it's not necessarily just going to go away, okay? A lot of times we are going to have to be scared and do the damn thing anyway. So spend some time acknowledging any fears that you've been feeling lately around any kind of changes that you've been making and be willing to dive into those. Just to see them more clearly, not to ruminate on them or not to get stuck there, but to see them so that you don't end up repeating old patterns, okay? So today's prompt is, how can we best soothe ourselves through this transition phase? I've got 2 cards for this one. So we're going to read these 2 together, okay? So we have the 9 of Pentacles as well as the Death card. No surprise there, right? So the way that we can soothe ourselves through these changes is to acknowledge our rewards, acknowledge the forward movement, acknowledge the gratitude as we continue to navigate through this heavy change energy, as we continue to rebirth ourselves, being able to see the results of that on the other side. So this almost feels like we're doing this in real time. You know what I mean? Like we're able to see how these changes are evolving our process while also acknowledging the growth that we are experiencing, okay? So that's going to take a little bit of work for us, isn't it? You know, and for some of us, this might be a lot to hold space for, because this is really holding space for all of the negative as well as all of the positive all at the same time. Really embracing that gray area, embracing that things can be this and that all at the same time. Look at all this duality energy. I'm fucking loving it. How seasonal, right? With Maybon coming up next weekend. So think back to all the changes that you are being called to make right now, as well as all of the fears that are coming up for you around those changes. And become willing to walk through those fears with your head held high. Be willing to acknowledge all of the excitement behind these changes, even though you might be trudging or dragging your feet a little bit. Remind yourself of how many changes you've navigated in the past and how you have turned out better through all of those heavy changes. And be sure to acknowledge any repeating patterns that you're noticing as you navigate these changes, okay? This feels like a lot, okay? So be sure to take care of yourself today, friends. And I will see y'all next time. Sending y'all so much love. Bye.